You all right, Miss Kane?
Hurry, Eric. If I know him, he's right behind me. Please, Eric, will you get this elevator moving?
Can I help you to your door, Miss Kane?
No, no, thanks, Eric. Good night.
Good night, Miss Kane.
She here?
Who, sir?
You know damn well who.
Yes, sir.
Come on, take me up.
Who is it?
It's me, baby. Open up.
Now you listen to me, Leo. You're not coming in here. It's over. Done.
I'll tell you when it's over. Now open the door, I'll break it in.
Go away and leave me alone.
Baby, please. I'm begging you, for God's sake. It's a matter of life and death. There's a contract out on me.
Oh, yeah, so what else is new?
Now listen, you! You open this door, I'll kick it in. And your front teeth with it!
What are you doing with that gun? Put it down. Gloria.
What the hell is that?
Your Honor, I suggest that the charge of felonious assault be dismissed, and I will plead my client guilty to the charge of simple assault, in the interest of justice.
Your Honor, I object.
Well, then, in the interest of justice, Mr. Petrocelli, might I suggest that you set the sentence here?
Your Honor is asking me to sentence my own client?
That's right.
Well, in that case, Your Honor, then I would say that a fine of $100 would be ample punishment.
I had something different in mind, Mr. Petrocelli.
Oh?
I was thinking of a $50 fine.
Which only goes to prove, Your Honor, how much better your judgment is than mine. Hi, honey, guess what?
What?
Just a fine. We won.
Fantastic. There's someone here to see you.
Here, bring him in.
Would you come in, please? Mrs. Brancusi, Tony Petrocelli.
Hi, how do you do? Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
What can I do for you?
It's my daughter. The police have arrested her
Well, for what?
for killing Leo Roman.
Leo Roman? Your daughter is Gloria Kane. Ah, sorry. At first, I didn't quite get the connection.
I understand. I should have said it sooner.
Well, from what I've read about your daughter, Mrs. Brancusi, I don't think there's going to be any trouble with her friends and getting her a good lawyer.
No. No, not one that will believe in her. Not one that will help.
Well, look, if they can't help her, well, why me?
You know about Gloria, Mr. Petrocelli?
Only what I've read in the papers.
I read the same things. She grew up here, you know. Went to school. And then she went back east. And she was no more Gloria Brancusi. She was the famous Gloria Kane. And she was the big gangster's girlfriend. But always, she wrote me, tried to help me. Whenever she came back to San Remo, she came to see me. And we sat and we talked, and she was like a little girl again. Mr. Petrocelli, I know her. Whatever else she did, she didn't kill Leo Roman.
Well, if you want me to talk to her, then, I'll go to see her.
Look behind what you see. The little girl is still there.
You're Mr. Petrocelli?
Yeah, that's right.
And you're a lawyer.
Right again.
Well, I didn't hire you. So who did?
A lady named Brancusi.
She's a nice lady. Please thank her for me. But no thanks.
And why is that?
Because the lawyer can't help me.
Because you shot him?
No, I didn't shoot him. But I can't prove it.
Then who did?
It really doesn't matter who. Look, you know who I am. What I am. So does everybody else. I guarantee you that jury already has me convicted. Look, maybe you thought defending me would be some sort of big feather in your cap or something. But you're in way over your head on this. So why don't we just say goodbye? Huh?
I have been over my head before, and I don't need any more feathers in my cap. Now, that lady asked me to help you, and I'm going to give it the best shot I possibly can. Now, why don't you settle down and just try to help me?
You know what? You sounded just like Leo. Okay, you want to hear it? Here it is. I got caught in my apartment with my gun in my hand. And there's a dead man there. And I guarantee you, the bullet that's in him came from my gun.
But you didn't shoot him.
That's right.
No, something led up to that shooting. Look, why don't you start at the beginning and try to tell me exactly what happened?
Well, Leo and I were having dinner at his house. Thanks. It's funny. For a long time, Leo was a really big man with a... what do they call it now? The syndicate? But he had his troubles. Oh, he had plenty of money and everything. But he was just sort of on the outside looking in. Leo, you don't know that. He was sure they were going to hit him. He'd heard rumors there was a contract out on him. Well, even if it's true, there's nowhere to run.
When you get enough money, you can do anything.
But not if they want you.
Hey, whose side are you on?
I've always been on your side. You know that.
I'll know it better when you go home and start packing.
Oh, Leo. Just because you're getting crazy doesn't mean I am.
Don't ever say that to me again.
That's the last time you do that to me.
Sit down!
Go to hell!
Gloria! Gloria, come back here!
From the moment the buzzer rang, everything happened very fast. Who is it?
It's me, baby. Open up.
Go away!
Baby, please. You don't understand.
Just a minute. I remember getting my pistol, checking it, and he was pleading with me to open the door. And then he just started banging on the door, very hard. Now you listen to me, Leo. You're not coming in here. It's over. It was then I noticed I hadn't fastened the chain on the door. So I ran over to it and reached for the chain. And bango, the door flew open and hit me on the forehead, and down I went. From there on, it was all a daze.
Gun.
I was almost out. The strange thing was, it felt as if the gun fired itself. As if the hand that was holding the gun was the only part of me that I was able to move. Wow. Don't say I didn't warn you.
And that's all.
That's it. So where do you go from there?
Well, it would have been easy to get you off if you had shot him.
Why?
Well, then we could have used self-defense.
But I didn't.
You know, maybe Leo was right after all. The contract was out on him and the hit guys were waiting in your apartment.
Look, Mr. Petrocelli, you're a nice man. So do yourself a favor. Get out of this while you can.
The district attorney of this county hereby accuses Gloria Maria Brancusi of a felony, to wit, murder. In that on or about the 6th day of March of this year in this city and county, you did unlawfully and with malice aforethought murder Leo Francis Roman. Gloria Maria Brancusi, how do you plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor. And not guilty by reason of self-defense.
Self-defense?
Well, we've got to start somewhere.
Well, if that's all she's got, I don't see how you can get her off, Tony.
Well, that's what she said. The police report verifies exactly what she told me, including only her fingerprints on the gun.
Well, what now?
Well, for starters, I'd like you to check out the other tenants in the apartment house, huh? See if they saw anything.
All right.
Next, I want you to see if we can find anything that might help us on Leo Roman.
You bet.
And while you're at it, yeah, find out if there really were 2 hitmen on the way to San Remo. If there was a contract out on Leo Roman.
Are you kidding? Where in the blazes am I going to find out a thing like that?
Well, Pete, I don't know. I mean, don't you know anybody that might know?
Yeah, well, I know somebody who definitely would know, but I don't know him personally, and I'm not going to introduce myself to him.
Who's that?
Augie Briola.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, you've heard him. He's the 2nd or 3rd man in the state, but he's the #1 enforcer. That's contracts, hitmen.
You mean to tell me that he's right here in San Remo?
He's got an office 2 blocks away from your office. Briola Mining Company, who is real respectable.
Then you could walk right in and see him, huh?
You could walk right in and see him. I'm not about to go anywhere near that man.
Okay.
Okay? You can't walk into Briola's office, ask him about hitmen and contracts and things. You'll be walking out of the office on your shin bones.
I don't think so, Pete. I know the password.
Well, what password?
Gloria Kane.
And, you say that, you represent Gloria.
Yeah, that's right.
Did she send you to me?
Well, why would you do that?
Well, that's what I was wondering. You didn't answer my question.
Well, actually, no, I came my own. See, I was hoping you'd give me some information.
Information? What kind of information?
Whether or not there was a contract out on Leo Roman.
Do you like fish?
Hmm?
Do you know what this is?
No, I don't.
It's a piranha. Very deadly. You see, I have to keep them separated because it kills anything that gets in with it. What makes you think I'd know anything about a contract on Leo Roman?
just a wild guess?
A wild guess. There are two things about me. I admire guts and dislike stupidity. So far, I see you have guts.
Oh, thank you. Now, does that earn me an answer?
Perhaps. If you read the newspapers, you know, of course, that Leo made a lot of enemies.
Mm-hmm. Me one of them?
Me? No. As a matter of fact, Leo owns stock in one of my companies. We got along fine.
Yeah, but he's not a stockholder anymore.
No. He sold out. Didn't like the responsibility or something. So, you see, I hadn't seen Leo in quite a while.
See, I guess he thought that someone out to try to kill him.
Someone did.
Yeah, but not Gloria.
Why not? She'd have had as much reason as anyone. As a matter of fact, she had been doing some people a big favor if she had done it.
Including you.
Please don't go too far into this. It's been nice talking with you. Goodbye. Mr. Petrocelli, when you see Gloria, give her a message. Remind her how I feel about guts and stupidity.
Yeah, I'll remind her. And I'll give her your regards, too. Ciao.
Yeah, I'll tell him. I promise. I feel better. Okay. Hey, he just came in. Okay, bye-bye.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
Feeling better?
No.
No better?
Kiss me, I'll give it to you.
I've got it.
Oh, that was Pete.
Yeah?
He said to tell you that he didn't know if there was a contract on Leo Roman, but he knows why there might have been one.
Why?
Well, a brilliant investigator found out that the grand jury is investigating mob activities in San Remo.
And?
Well, Leo Roman was turning state's evidence in return for immunity.
State's evidence? Then somebody did do Augie Briola a favor after all.
Huh?
Listen, who's the prosecutor of Gloria Kane?
Sam Merklin.
That's where I'll be, sweetheart.
Can you pick me up some tissues?
You get out of the office and get to bed.
Petrocelli.
And Sue, well, how is the situation?
Well, starting tomorrow, she's a week overdue. The doctor says there's nothing to do but wait.
Well, that shows you how much doctors know. Tell you what, I'll give that baby 9 months and 9 days, and if it hasn't made an appearance by then, we'll send him a subpoena. How's that?
Okay.
How's the boss?
Oh, buzzing. Mr. Merklin, Mr. Petrocelli's here to see you. Go on in.
Okay, thanks. Sue, drink lots of water.
All right.
Hiya, Sam.
You have one of these things, Tony? My wife gave it to me for Christmas. Now I can balance my own bank book.
No, I've got something better.
What's that?
My wife, the computer.
Been expecting to see you, Tony.
Why is that, Sam?
Thought you'd come in and talk about case dismissal, self-defense.
And?
No deal. Front office wants murder 1.
Well, she says she's innocent, Sam.
She hasn't been innocent since she reached the age of reason, Tony. She's got everything going against her.
You mean because Leo turned state's evidence, huh?
Well, you know about that. All right, it's not that big a secret anymore.
But it was before Leo was hit.
Well, he thought they were going to send a couple of contract men after him.
They didn't have to, Tony. Now, how do you think they knew he was going to sing in the first place? Gloria told them, that's how. Who else would know? So they gave her the contract.
Sam, I don't buy it.
No, you don't buy that. All right, let me fill you in on some details, then we'll see what you buy.
Be my guest.
Leo Roman invited Gloria over for dinner that night. Couldn't keep his mouth shut about the deal he made with the DA. This was no doubt Gloria Kane's signal to make the hit. She did what women have been doing for centuries when a fast exit's needed. She started an argument.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Around the world, we'll be lucky if we get around the block.
Gloria, I don't like it when you make fun of me. I mean it.
I know you mean it, Leo. That's what makes you so damn funny.
Don't start that, I said.
I'm not starting anything. I'm finishing it.
Gloria. Hey, Gloria. Come back here.
Roman fell into her trap. He followed her all the way home. When the buzzer sounded, she was ready. When she heard his voice, heard him get angry and start beating on the door, she realized she had a perfect opportunity to make the hit without taking any undue risks.
Gloria, what are you doing with that gun?
And that's it, huh?
That ain't enough?
No way. Now, you haven't connected Gloria Kane to the organization. Her only link was Leo Roman.
Oh, did I neglect that? Well, Leo Roman wasn't her only link, just one of many. Gloria Kane's been on the organization payroll for quite some time.
Sam, you're telling me that the organization writes checks?
Through a fronting company, in this case, the Briola Mining Corporation in San Remo. We have a bale of canceled checks. It seems that your hit lady was receiving checks every week for the past 13 years.
Hit woman? Me? You're not serious.
Oh, yeah. So is the DA. He wants murder one.
Hey, look, I've done a lot of things, but never that. Besides, they've got too many pros to let someone like me do it. I told you the truth. I didn't do it.
Okay, since you were telling me the truth, why didn't you tell me you're on the mob's payroll?
I thought you knew. I told you they owned me. What do you think? I was talking about real estate or something? I was talking about me. Body and soul, bought and paid for.
Well, who signed your checks?
A man named Briola. Augie Briola.
What does he pay you for?
What you see is what he gets.
Now, what does that mean exactly?
Means I did what I was told, kept my mouth shut, and reported regularly to the executives. Mainly Augie Briola.
Was Leo Roman one of your assignments?
Started out that way.
Meaning?
I really cared about Leo.
Did you love him?
Love isn't a word you use in my business. You love somebody you get married to. I don't run much with people that get married to... How should I put it? Girls like me. So, of all the people I knew, Leo was the best. Funny, isn't it? That a Leo Roman should be the best person you know.
But you fought with him.
Sure. Fighting and liking are two different things.
Now, did you know that Leo was going to turn state's evidence?
Leo! Never.
Oh, yeah, no, he was getting ready to. He had a date with the DA the morning after he died.
That's a lie. Listen, Leo was a lot of things, but he'd never cop out.
The DA has evidence to the contrary.
I don't care what he's got. I knew Leo. He just wouldn't do it.
Okay. Now, supposing he did it. Supposing he planned to do it. Would you have told Briola?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And what if Briola, in turn, had told you to hit him?
I told you that's not why I worked for them.
I say, would you have done it?
No. But I see your point.
That is the prosecution's point. They can call that premeditated murder.
Well, I told you this would be one you were going to lose.
Okay, now one more thing about that gun. Now, if you weren't going to use the gun, then why'd you keep it in your apartment?
Thanks. Leo thought I'd have it because of my jewelry. My jewelry.
What about it?
It's in the wall safe in my apartment. $100,000 worth. Can you get in? I mean, I'd really appreciate you checking it out.
Anthony J. Petrocelli. Hi, Zazu. How are things in Nogales? They what? Just a minute. It's Zazu O'Brien.
Nogales? Is she still stripping?
And the police are still busting.
Oh. Hello, Zazu? Yeah, well, why did they bust you this time? You did what? What? No, Zazu, I can't help you there, but I'll tell you what. There's an attorney down there by the name of Armand V. Garcia. He's terrific. You speak to him, and I'm sure he can give you all the help you need. Okay, fine, Zazu. You're welcome.
Well, what'd they get her for?
What?
Honey! I tried to catch you in court. I missed you. Gloria's safe, the wall safe.
Yeah?
Well, I finally checked it out this morning. I checked it all out.
Yeah?
It's empty, clean as a bone.
Come on.
Hey, you never told me what they got Zazu for.
Better you don't know.
They took it.
When was the last time you saw the jewelry?
That night. Just before I went over to Leo's place for dinner. I got my golden diamond pendant and ring out of my wall safe. Everything was there. I almost always check.
How long were you at Leo's?
Oh, let's see, I think I got home around 10, and I was gone from around 8:30, so that's about an hour and a half. Let's see what difference it makes.
Well, I'll tell you the difference. If we can place a robber or robbers in your apartment anywhere near the time of the shooting, then we've got ourselves the beginnings of a defense. Now, I want a list of everything that was in that safe, okay? With descriptions. Okay, go.
Let's see, the best piece was a ruby pendant, about the size of a walnut, gold setting, appraised at $110,000.
Any inscription?
Yeah. To Gloria with all my love. Leo.
Yes, this one does have an inscription. So I take off 5%. For you, Pete, 10% off the price of the setting.
What's the inscription read, Einhorn?
To Gloria, with all my love, Leo. Of course, I could arrange for you a new setting.
Can you arrange for me where you got that thing?
Pete, shame on you. A cop you still aren't.
No trouble. No one's gonna get arrested, Einhorn. I give you my word.
Solemn?
Solemn.
Real fancy restaurant called the Windjammer. Every night, the same best customer. Real fancy himself. The name is Kistler. At least this week.
You're not pleased?
No, I'm the lawyer defending Gloria Kane.
Einhorn is going to have to learn a little more discretion.
No. I gave him and I give you my solemn word. No fuss, no police.
Now, you know I was there that night. You don't think I did it?
Did you?
I would hardly answer yes to that if I had. But all I do is steal. For me, it's strictly business. I never carry a weapon.
Well, you say you didn't do it, and I don't think she did.
Neither do I.
Did you see what happened?
But I don't see what good that'll do you. I can hardly appear in court and admit I was there. It might be a trifle hard to explain my presence.
Did she shoot him?
No.
But you know who did?
If I did, it's something I can't tell you. Word would get out. I can live in two worlds as a thief, but not as an informer. You at least know that Miss Kane didn't shoot him.
Yeah. Guess I'll have to prove that, huh? Thank you, Mr. Kistler.
Mr. Petrocelli, don't look for me again. I think I'll head for Florida for my health.
Okay. Honey,
Yeah?
tell Redstone we can press charges, but we gotta wait till next week, huh?
Okay. What about that Mr. Parker?
Parker? Yeah, well, tell him we'll try to get the bail reduced.
Okay.
Well, you think we're ever gonna finish this thing?
Christmas, maybe. 5 years from now?
Well, at least we're busy, aren't we?
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
What was that?
Warning, baby. Just a warning.
I've been waiting for you.
Well, here I am. I want to talk to you.
You got my message?
Oh, yeah, I got it. Loud and clear.
Did you understand why?
Because you want Gloria's sentenced, hmm?
Gloria's all right. She knows when to talk, when to keep quiet. Gloria doesn't worry me. You do.
Why? Because I'm getting too close to you?
Mr. Petrocelli, we don't like for people to think about us. It's bad for business. You want to stay on the case, maybe get Gloria off, fine, do it. But one word about us in the wrong place. What happened this morning could have been for real. Why don't you think about that?
That's just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna think about that.
Did you find out who?
Well, was Briola.
Would you do something for me?
If I can.
Drop the case. Let Gloria get some lawyer who doesn't care.
Honey, I can't do that.
Why can't you? And don't tell me about the law, because these people don't care about the law, Tony.
Look at the risk of sounding corny, honey. And she needs me.
I need you. And I love you. Oh, God, Tony, please drop this case.
Baby, now, come on, now try to understand. Huh?
Tony, I'm frightened. Can't you see that? I'm so scared that something's gonna happen to you. And I couldn't stand that.
Tony! Tony, I got something real interesting to tell. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead, Pete. What is it?
Well, it's Gloria's apartment building. I talked to all the tenants. They don't know anything. Except there is one couple, named Miller. He's a dry cleaner.
And?
Well, they went on vacation the day after the shooting. They just got back. I just talked to them. You gotta talk to them.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
I do.
State your name and occupation.
Eric Frost. I'm an elevator operator at the San Remo Apartments.
You may be seated.
When did Mr. Roman arrive?
Shortly after Miss Kane.
Did Mr. Roman speak to you?
Yes, sir.
What did he say?
Well, he asked me if Miss Kane had come in yet, and I told him yes, she had.
Did he seem excited or upset?
Oh, yes, sir. He was madder than I ever seen him.
Tell the court what happened next.
Well, I don't remember exactly, but I must have said something he didn't like, because the next minute I thought he was going to hit me. And then he said to take him up to Miss Kane's floor, and I did.
Then what happened?
Well, then I came right down. Next thing I saw, the police was here.
Your witness.
Frost? Just a couple of questions. When Miss Kane arrived back, did she seem frightened?
Oh, yes, she was very upset.
And you hadn't taken anyone else but Miss Kane back to her apartment all night?
Yes, sir. Except Mr. Roman.
Except Mr. Roman. Was he upset?
Oh, yes, sir.
So you took him up to the 8th floor, dropped him off, and then you came right back down?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Thank you, Mr. Frost.
Mr. Merkland?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Witness is excused.
Thank you, sir. Your Honor, this concludes the case for the people.
Are you ready with the defense, Mr. Petrocelli?
Yes, we are, Your Honor. We call Mr. Robert Miller.
State your name and occupation.
Robert Miller. I'm vice president of Spick and Span Cleaners.
You may be seated.
Mr. Miller, you also reside at the San Remo Apartments?
Yes, sir. Apartment 10D.
Now, as I understand it, the night of the murder, you arrived at the apartment building rather late.
Yeah, we'd been out to dinner and we were hurrying home. There's this TV show that comes on at 10 o'clock, and Nancy, that's my wife, she hates to miss that show.
And about what time did you get to the lobby?
It was 3 minutes to 10. I know because Nancy was giving me the devil for getting her home late to watch that show.
Then you got the elevator up to your apartment?
No, we didn't. It didn't show up till about 5 after 10. It was just parked there on the 8th floor. I figured old man Frost was up there mooning over the Kane woman.
Oh, excuse me. I'm from Boston, and that connotation of mooning might be a little different.
Oh, I know what you mean. No, man. I mean, like lollygag.
I see. He was lollygagging.
Yeah.
I see. Now, did he do that often?
Often. I thought she was the only one that lived there. He was always toting and fetching for her, you know, and leaving the elevator just parked there on the 8th floor.
So it wasn't until 5 minutes after 10 that the elevator arrived?
Right.
May I remind the court that several witnesses have testified that they heard the shot from Miss Kane's apartment at approximately 3 minutes after 10.
Proceed, Mr. Petrocelli.
Your Honor. Now, Mr. Miller, when the elevator finally did come down from the 8th floor, was Mr. Frost operating it?
Yeah, who else?
Did you notice anything peculiar about his behavior?
Yeah. Yeah, he looked like he'd seen a ghost. Looked like he was about ready to collapse. You know, his face was as white as those gloves he was wearing. But that didn't stop Nancy. Boy, she gave him hell all the way up to the 10th
Thank
floor.
you, Mr. Miller. You've already heard Mr. Frost's testimony that Leo Roman came to the apartment building minutes after Miss Kane and demanded to be taken to the 8th floor. Eric Frost is an old man, but not so old that he couldn't fall in love, at a distance, with a woman as attractive as Gloria Kane. He doted on her, he did her errands, pampered her in every way he could, so that when he saw Leo Roman's anger and remembered Roman's history of beating Miss Kane, he could barely restrain himself from attacking the man. But he did restrain himself.
Now you listen to me, Leo. You're not coming in here. It's over.
I'll tell you when it's over. Now open the door, I'll break it in.
Until Roman began beating on the door of Miss Kane's apartment. Until, in fact, Roman broke the door down. Then Eric Frost could restrain himself no longer.
What are you doing with that gun?
He didn't mean to kill. He only tried to help Gloria Kane. Isn't that right, Mr. Frost?
This case is dismissed.
All rise.
Well, you might have at least told me. You know who I thought it was.
Well, so did I for quite a while.
Yeah, but you just hung right in there anyway.
Well, what do you do now?
I'm still on the payroll. And maybe you don't understand why. But then, I never understood why you took my case. If I ever get a ticket, I'll call on you. And thanks.
So, as far as Gloria Kane is concerned, nothing much has changed.
I've been thinking I might have made a terrific gun moll for someone.
What? Gun moll? Hey, where'd you ever hear an expression like that?
On the Late Show.
Mm-hmm?
Yeah, there was a terrific show on last night. After you went to sleep, I might add. There's something else I want to talk to you about.
Well, look, honey, now that this case is over, you can forget television. I have got the best late show in town.
I don't doubt it. Oh, I got a call from Mama.
Oh, mine?
No, mine. Aunt Dixie's getting married.
Again?
Well, that's only 3 times.
Honey, that doesn't run in the family, does it?
It did, until me.
Well, that's because you married a good Italian boy.
With the best
late show in town.
Right.